Hey, babe, I'm coming to your town to do stand-up. ChrisDComedy.com. We got Boston, Philadelphia, Eatontown, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Waukegan, Illinois, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm coming this summer all the way through October. ChrisDComedy.com. Go get tickets now.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe.
I said my African-American friends don't dance. We just pull up the pants and do the rock away. And hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe. Hey, babe. I said my African-American friends don't dance. We just pull up the pants and do the rock away. And hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. What's up, babe?
How you doing, babe?
You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing
You
good.
have on a big shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Yeah, dude. You ever tell you about the time I went to the Mentalist?
What do you mean, the Mentalist? Mentalist or the Mentalist?
There was a Mentalist in my college.
Yeah, well, you didn't tell me, and I actually have Mentalist. Go ahead, go.
You have a Mentalist story?
Well, I've seen Mentalists perform.
You've seen? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
As a matter of fact, I just zoomed. I just did 2 Zoom Mentalist shows.
You just did 2 Zoom Mentalist shows?
In the last month, I have Zoomed with 2 Mentalists.
Interesting.
I swear to Christ. Dan White is this magician. He's well known. He used to do a show. He does a show at the Nomad.
I went with you to the show.
You went with me to the show.
I went with you to the show. I was mind blown.
He did a sequel to that on Zoom. I just did it here from home, from the comforts of my own home, and it was unbelievable. It was really good. And then last night, I was invited to that. I bought a ticket for.
Right.
My friend told me he did it at home. It was just great. Do it, and I did it. And it was great. Then last night, a friend of mine who invited me to a private gathering of another mentalist named Jason Saran, if I'm getting his name right.
Jason Saran rap.
So Jason Saran
Or Jason Saran.
So yeah, whatever will be. And he did this thing. His show was called Reconnected.
Okay.
And he just did it for like friends and stuff, and it was an intimate little thing. And it literally,
What happened?
I have no balls. They got blown off.
Again, blown off.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I don't know if I should give a lot of it away, but like.
Yeah, but you're not giving away the secret. Do you remember, by the way, when I went with you to the Nomad Theater
Yes.
and I walked up to the magician after the show and I was like, hey, I met you a month or 2 ago. I was on a radio show and the guy at the radio show was messing up all your tricks.
Yes.
And I know how you do one of those card tricks. Great show tonight. And he was like,
He was so nice
just
about
like
it.
slowly shook my hand. That guy probably hates me
He
now.
was like, we were saying hello. He was greeting everyone goodbye, which is a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, and it just kind of came out because that was the thing you had in common with him. And then afterwards, you're like, I don't know if I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, it was innocent on my part, but after we were walking down the stairs and you were like, why'd you tell him that? I was like, yeah. As I was talking, I was like, this is stupid. Abort.
Yeah, you were like, hey, remember you were on the radio show and your trick messed up? I was there to witness that.
Right.
And he was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah,
You should come again.
Yeah, come again. I love you.
Yeah.
So what happened with your Mentalist?
Well, that show was, shout out Dan White, by the way. That show
Shout out
was
Dan White.
tremendous. And if it's still going, because it's a hard ticket to get, go online, look up Dan White, and either go see him at the Nomad or see a Zoom show
Right.
because, I mean, just fantastic.
And this is Dan White, not White Dan. White Dan is a guy that sells drugs in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's not that guy.
We're talking about Dan White, the mentalist, not the magician.
And I think they all know each other, I think.
Yeah, it's
all
a
the
small-
mentalists, I think it's a tight-knit community, and they all like help produce each other's tricks and things like that. It could be speaking out of turn. But this guy's name was Jason Saran, another really...
Yeah, they all know each other. If they had a crew, if we were all mentalists in a crew, we would call our group the Mentalist Institution.
Yes, that's nice.
That's what I think.
Mentalist.
It's okay.
It was all right. It was all
It's
right.
not a home run.
But last night I don't know if I just don't know if I'm supposed to give away
But what are you giving away? If like
Also, guys, what's a mentalist? I don't get it.
a mentalist. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the difference between a mentalist and a magician?
Mentalists can read your mind, quote unquote.
Well, it says mentalists are performing artists or entertainers who appear to be psychic and demonstrate highly developed mental or intuitive feats such as telepathy, telekinesis, and mind reading. So is the Long Island medium really the Long Island mentalist?
Is it medium mentalist? I don't know.
It's a different name if you're the Long Island Mentalist versus the Long Island Medium.
It's different. I played a medium on a television show. They put me in front of, on stage, sold out show of like 150, 200 people, whatever it was. They put me on stage for an hour and 5 minutes. I pretended to be a medium.
Did you just get...
Oh, medium talks to the dead through the dead to you. That's what it is.
Got it.
I was on stage and they told me that they were going to tell me what to say in my ear. And when I walked on stage, they were like, hey, guess what? And I heard just static. And I heard shh. They pulled the plug as I walked out and the curtains opened. There was 150 people. And I had to give an hour. I'll never forget, 65 minutes I was on stage pretending to be a medium. And I actually kept people in the whole time.
What did you do? Like, what were your little tricks?
I was so nervous, and I was throwing out very broad terms. And like sometimes people weren't even answering me.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, oh, I'm looking, for a name with an M. I did that stuff. But then I had to commit to something. I'd be like, I'm seeing a ring. Someone lost a ring. Something about a ring. Anything about a ring with anyone here? Something. Just think real hard because it's not me, it's you. Someone lost a ring. Something has to do with a ring. And then eventually, like a minute of that, I was like flop sweating. Someone's like, I kind of thought I had. Like that's it. That's right. That's right. And then I got everything wrong. No joke, dude. I got everything wrong for like 60 minutes. People were like, I think they were getting amused. I don't know what, it was bad. But then I called up a woman on stage and I go, let me ask you a question. Single mother, one child? She goes, yeah. I go, nailed it.
And I loved it.
After I got every single thing right. She goes, I go, favorite color is pink. She goes, yeah. I go, this is what I do. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I just got lucky, and I got so confident that, like, I guess, all right.
That
it was, like, wrong for 60 minutes. I'm like, single mother loves pink, has one child. She goes, yeah. I go, what do you guys want? What do you guys want?
Yeah, it's amazing.
But this guy last night, I don't want to give anything away, but
you're doing this over Zoom.
Yeah, but
How does it?
But, like, if someone's going to do the show, I guess it will still be as amazing. Maybe he wants me to promote it. Like, maybe he wants people to promote it.
Well, you're not even saying you haven't even said the name.
Maybe beep his. I don't know. I want him to get the.
Oh, we did say we named Saran Wrap.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Like one of the main tricks that blew my mind. Yeah, I'm not saying what the trick is. I just don't want to spoil anything. Well, hopefully this is not a nice thing for me to talk about it.
It's either this or we get sued. Whatever.
He tells a woman to write down 4 cities on a piece of paper in opposite corners, right?
Okay.
And then we had these pendulums that we made. It was anything.
You had to make the pendulums?
I actually had a pendulum from my previous Mentalist show. Believe it or not.
Yes.
They sent a pendulum and I had my own, but you could make one by just hanging like a ring off a piece of string. It just needs to be a little something weighted on a piece of string or even floss. It was very easy.
Okay.
So before both shows, like before he makes you watch a video to just tell you that you need the pendulum.
Okay.
So it's like a 1-minute video. So it's just him. And he's just like, hey guys, if you're joining me tonight, I just need you to have a pen and paper and a pendulum. And you can make a pendulum very simply by taking a ring and putting it in a piece of string. Simple stuff.
Right.
And we're like, okay. And that's the video you watch. That was it. So comes a time, lady woman raises her hand. He says, pick 4 cities.
Right.
And write them in the corner of pieces of paper. Put an X in the middle of the paper. Now hold the pendulum as steady as possible above the X. As steady as possible. Do not move your hand. Stay as frozen as you can. And the lady was like this, and then all of a sudden the pendulum started moving, even though she wasn't moving it, and it started swinging to one corner of the 4 random cities that she wrote down. So he's like, are you moving the thing? She's like, no. He goes, is it clearly going to one of the corners? She's like, yes. He's like, is it a place you want to go to? Is that what it is? She goes, actually, I've always really wanted to go there.
Right.
And he goes, and what is it? And it was Bozeman, Montana? Does that sound like a place?
Bozeman, Montana.
Bozeman, Montana?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. She goes Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman, Montana.
It's a random one.
I would have wrote like Tahiti, like Hong Kong. I don't know. Bozeman, Montana. So she's like, yeah, I've always wanted to go there. I can't believe it gravitated to that because that's what I wanted to go to more than any place else. And he's like, that's amazing. Right. And then he goes, hey, did you watch my video because you had the pendulum? She goes, yeah. He goes, everybody go pull up your videos that he sent out, by the way, earlier in the day. And he's in his kitchen, and behind him on the fridge was all, those magnet letters that you give to kids where they spell stuff, like all the different colors?
Yeah.
It was just letters from his, I guess if he has a kid, maybe he doesn't, it was just a prop, but the whole fridge was there from the video he sent earlier. And in the middle of those things, it said pick and then Bozeman.
Wow.
So she saw that video. I guess what we're assuming is that she saw the video and it subconsciously got in her head and she wrote it and it came out. But the video is from hours before, which is wild. Wild. And then another guy, right?
That's insane, actually.
I know. It's wild, right?
Because what if, because that may not work all the time.
I don't understand what happens when it doesn't work. And I hope I'm not giving anything away. But anyway, another thing is he asked another guy, and I won't say the specifics on air, but he asked another guy to open up Wikipedia, right? And then he said, like, go to any article, Google anyone. And then he said, pick a name, a word on that page. Think of it in your head. And then he wrote it, turned around. It was the word that the guy was thinking of. And then he said, pick a celebrity alive or dead throughout history right now or forever. And the guy did it. And then the person chose, he goes, go back to the video I sent you this afternoon. So he pulls it up on a shared screen. He goes back to the video. He zooms in. On the right of the fridge, there's a little pad, and there's a piece of paper hanging off of it, and it says the name of the person. In the video he sent us earlier in the day, the name of the person that guy chose randomly and looked up. The guy was having a full-blown conniption fit.
I
was like, I can't believe this. I couldn't show that. The guy was freaking out. It was the craziest thing ever, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was like, wow, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Because stuff like that, because with the Bozeman thing, I'm like, could they have edited the video? Could he have like a helper that's making it? Then he go, but you're saying it was like the same link to the video that you always had.
No, yes.
Everybody just missed it.
How about this? Are you ready for this?
No, but let's do it.
I don't want to give it away.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Okay. At the end of the show, he told us to go check something that happened, not the video, something else, that happened when the show first started. And I don't know how to do this without giving it away. I don't want to give it away on the guy. The most insane thing ever, though, was that he somehow, before the show started, wrote what was going to happen in the show, who he was going to speak to, what they were going to guess, and that all happened. And then the thing that we went to look at was timestamp, so you know that it didn't happen after the show. And he predicted what was going to happen in the show, and it all happened. Now, granted, I know this is a trick, but I can't even figure out how he pulled the trick off. I feel bad. I don't want to give away tricks.
Can you just do it? I mean, we just want to know. I mean,
I personally have no magician law. I don't know magician.
I don't know what the law, because my whole thing is he's probably created a show that's only going to work on Zoom, right? Once the world opens up, they're not going to go see that show live. You know, he's doing Zoom tricks.
I mean, I do have a question. Do you believe he's like a kind of pseudo con man, or he's like some kind of?
Oh no, he's an entertainer. I don't think he's a con man. I mean, I'm sure there's people that use this type of thing to trick people, but this is just a magician kind of entertainment kind of guy, and he's great at it. I don't know how he did it. I don't think he has any abilities, but
I want him to say it.
All right, beep this. I can't say it. I don't want to ruin it for the guy.
But how do you know it's ruining for the guy? You don't even know the tricks. How do you know? But don't you think everybody goes and tells their friends exactly the whole show, and then say you got to see this guy, and then they'll go see that guy, and it has to be a different thing? Yeah. What about the guy with Dan White when he pulled that girl up on stage and he pointed to the exact word out of these million words that she could have picked? He picked it and he had it circled with his ass and whatever. He went crazy. We told everybody what happened, and he probably did it again the next night.
That's true.
So just tell the tricks.
Okay.
We're getting behind the curtain.
Okay, the show started at like 7:00.
He guessed anything exactly about you that came true and you weren't in on it?
He called on me and I messed it up. Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, because he gave specific instructions and I didn't do something right, and I was like the guy on the Zoom that messed it up. I didn't mess up his trick, but he's like, no, I can't do it with you. I got to do it with someone else. And I was like, oh, sorry.
You never gave up your address.
I don't know.
Would they be would the doorman just, let somebody up with a red balloon?
right. No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And he did some other crazy things too, man. He did stuff that blew me away. He had someone.
Who's he? Saran or White Dan?
Danny Dubs.
Okay.
Dan White did another amazing thing, okay? He tells a guy to call, he tells a random guy, Google restaurants near you, right?
Okay.
The guy Googles a restaurant. He shows it. He goes, this is the 3 closest near me. He goes, pick the one closest. He goes, all right. He goes, what's the number? Dan White calls the guy. He goes, pick a number between 1 and 500 or whatever he said. The guy's like, what? We're closing. Who is this? He goes, just pick a number. The guy picks a number, right? You don't know where it's going. After that, he says, they mail us packages to the house. That's where I got my pendulum and a couple other things. And he goes, some of you have a book. Oh, no, he goes, I sent some of you a dictionary. Then he tells someone else, pick he goes, rip up one page out of the dictionary and sit on it. He tells, give the book to your husband or something. I might be messing this up. Give the book to your husband. He's going to rip out one page in a dictionary, give it to you. You sit on it. Don't ever get up for the rest of the show.
Right.
And then later, the guy from the pizzeria picks a number between like 1 and 500. He tells the girl to get up off her ass, flip to the book, and see what page is missing. And it's the page of the number the guy from the pizzeria. It was
Satan.
It was the wildest thing. I may have messed up the intricacies of it, but it was something to that effect, and it was just mind-blowing.
How do people not break their computers? Like, if that happened to me, I would have smashed my MacBook
into a fit of rage.
Yeah, spike it.
It's unbelievable what he did.
Wait, so Dan White is doing shows, like you can go buy tickets for Dan White now on Zoom.
Yes.
That's amazing.
If he's still doing them, yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, wow, dude. Yeah, no, that scene, see, because, like, you know, it's all illusions, right? It's not this magic, but it's like this illusion. And I can understand.
Well, I get fascinated just as much with trying to understand how they pull the illusion off.
Well, I can understand some way, and not that I can understand it, but like when you're in the room with someone, there's a lot of sleight of hand, there's things you could do. Yeah. But on Zoom? How are you doing this on Zoom?
I don't know.
The way that the Mentalists are able to adapt.
Yeah.
Like, how did Dan White just adapt to Zoom?
And it was a really professional show. It had music, lighting. He was in a studio. It had camera work. It was like I was living in the future. We felt like we were watching the show that we watched in the theater. It was really, really cool.
Well, it says, is there any like illusion behind the scenes? Like, do we have any things like that they've uncovered, like how they might be able to?
I keep searching around. It says like they make you think what they want you to think. I don't get it.
The illusion is that it is not mind reading, but rather mind whispering. They create the illusion that they are reading your mind, but most of the time they just tricked your mind into thinking what they want you to think.
Yeah, but how does he trick someone?
How does he know what page she's gonna?
I mean, obviously some way, but I mean, we had a Zoom. I went and I knew people that did it,
right.
And we all Zoomed afterward and just like we're talking theories on how he did it.
Nobody had balls.
For like an hour.
Blown off.
But no one had balls. They all got blown off.
100%. Dude, my ball, I remember weighing in 2 pounds lighter the day after we saw Dan White because I had no balls. And I was like, oh, my keto must be working.
Ball.
But then I grew back. And then.
You know something I do? This is a fun thing that you could do. Do you ever like do jokes just for yourself?
Oh, all the time.
All the time. So you do something you're the only one witnessing it or seeing it. You laugh and it's for you and that's where it stays.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot too. One of the things I do, and I've done it for like a long time, and it became a habit. And then Joe and I started competing when we go to a restaurant. If I'm at any restaurant that's like just slightly nice,
right.
You know, just any kind of upscale or medium scale to above restaurant, on the way out, as I'm walking to the door, I just lean in right behind someone's ear at like a table on the way to the door, and I go, try the jalapeno poppers that blow your balls off. And I don't wait for them to answer. I just keep walking out.
Keep walking.
And I just turn back, and usually there's an array of different reactions that happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're confused. Sometimes they're angry. Sometimes the whole table just starts like slamming. Like, ah!
Yeah.
But then we kept doing it. Now we try to outdo each other.
Right.
So now I'll just go and I'll just be like, now we just lead with, excuse me, I have no testicles.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what? I'll be like, they got blown off because I tried the jalapeno poppers, getting around for the table. And I just walk out. It's so much fun. Do that. I said, it's my gift to you guys.
Just fun.
When you're at a restaurant, when you're walking out, your coat's on, people are eating, just get in too close for comfort. Too close for comfort. Don't let them even see you coming and go, excuse me, try the jalapeno poppers to blow your balls off. People are just like, what? Sometimes people are just like, should we get the poppers?
You know what I do sometimes when I'm and I still do it, and I should probably stop. Anytime I'm leaving a tip on a credit card, I'll put a piece of food over the tip and just watch the waiter or waitress have to move the piece of food to see how much tip they got.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. And I never tell anyone, and I just watch. I just let my family. I'm like, oh, let me warm up the car for you guys. And then I just watch her move a piece of lettuce or him move a piece of lettuce. Be like, oh.
You know, we did some buddy on my show, Murr, for like a decade. Anytime that he would pay his bill, like a lot of times it'll be like 4 checks, or if we pay for each other, whatever it was. When he got the bill, he would always just sign, and like he would never look. He'd get up to the bill. He just was always left it unattended.
Right.
So whenever he like for any time that he got up and ordered and then wasn't looking or got up and go to the bathroom, he would sign his thing, put his tip in, and then get up.
Right.
And every time he did that, we opened it back up and added like a 1 in front of the number. or like a 0 at the end of the number. So because he would always brag about how he just doesn't, all his bills are on auto pay. He never works, because I used to, like, up until like a week ago, I would put stamps and envelopes for all my bills.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he was always making fun of me, and he's like, "What are you doing? Simplify your life. I don't even look at my I don't do any accounting whatsoever. I don't balance a checkbook. What are you, nuts?" And I was like, so then we all started. So he would get up, if he would leave like, I don't know, like $8, we made it 18.
Right.
If he would leave like, $5, we made it 50. And we had a game where we would tally how much we cost him extra,
Right.
and that would go in our bank, and we were trying to see who could cost him the most money over time.
Right.
And then one time he caught one of us doing it, and he freaked, and then he was like, he thought it was funny, but then it hit him at once. He's like, "Have you done this before?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "How many times have you done this?" And we're like, "We have done it every physical possible time we could in the last 10 years."
Yeah.
We might have cost him thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he mad, or he just didn't care?
I mean, at that point, what are you going to do? We don't know the dollar amount. What's gone is gone. What happened has happened. You got to just say, "Good job."
Good joke. That's a great joke.
Yeah, it's a great joke.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I mean,
Do that to your friends. I give you that too.
100%. Do it to your friends and see, and you make sure they don't own a gun.
Did I tell you what my buddy did to me on a Bad Santa Christmas dinner?
No.
I have like a tradition. We do
You
like
have a fun life. You always have like fun festive things like a Bad Santa Christmas dinner, and
Yeah.
you always have like a certain type of party.
Yeah,
I
you
like
got-
it.
You gotta.
I think you do great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have an annual. We have this annual party where we go out for Chinese food with like the same 15 people. No joke. I think it's like our 12th year or something like that.
Did you miss it for the Pandy Wendy? You
First
couldn't do
year
Yeah, you
ever
couldn't do
missing it. And like no joke, dude, that long, first year. But you know what we did? We all Venmoed my friend Jay. Shout out Jay Miller.
Shout out Jay Miller.
My friend Jay, he heads up. He usually takes control of booking the reservation and every year and all that stuff. And we all Venmoed him money, and he went to the restaurant and gave the waiter the money anyway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he was going to miss out that year.
Yeah.
But we do the thing where we all pick out of a hat, and it's a bad gift. So after the dinner's over, everyone gets their gifts on the table, and we start, and we go, "Who did you get?" And then we go around the table, and everyone stands up, says who they got, says a little something about the person, and then they give them the gift, and they open it up in front of everybody.
Right.
It's just really fun. Like we've gotten
great.
everything from someone gave someone a cat, and they
Like
and
an actual alive cat.
To this day, they have the cat. Yeah, he gave them a pet. Like it gets intense.
Right.
And one of my friends, she was divorced, but her wedding album, like back in the day, they used to spend like $1,000 on a wedding album, and the pages were like thick cardboard,
Right.
and it was like pressed onto the pages,
Right.
like that big book.
Right.
She in the first year she gave the wedding album, and then someone regurgitated it, regave it and for 12 years someone has got her wedding album. And the thing is, you get it, you have to save it.
Okay.
There's two gifts like that go around that have been around forever. Somebody gave someone a buttered roll the first year in tinfoil. That roll we have. It's 12 years later. We have the same roll.
So what is it? Just in the
It's a roll in tinfoil in a Ziploc bag. People just, when you get it, you put it in your freezer. You keep it in your freezer for 1 year, and then you give the roll to somebody else.
It's amazing.
So my buddy Joe Imbergio, shout out Joe Imbergio,
Shout out Joe
Bad
Imbergio.
Boy.
Yeah.
He writes on my show. He's my good buddy, musician. Does a lot of the music for the show. This mother effer had me. And he somehow gets my wallet. I didn't know this. Steals my credit card. When it's time to pay the bill before we do the gifting ceremony, he excuses himself for the bathroom, goes to the front, gets the check, pays the bill with my credit card, gets it printed out, puts it in the leather jacket, wraps it in gift paper, and then sits back down. When I turn to go, he gives it. I open it. It's the checkbook with my card. It was $650. He ran my card, and then it said, "Merry Christmas. I gave you the gift of giving."
Were you mad at him for? You were just like,
No,
it's a great.
I couldn't.
It's
be
kind of
mad.
like what Murr.
I
It's
was like, you.
What's done
I said,
is done.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
I said, "Touche, you son of a bitch."
Son of a bitch. You freaking
Plus tip.
nailed you.
Nailed me.
And you said for your Christmas dish is always Chinese food?
Yeah.
I've just started eating Chinese food. Just started.
No, really?
I swear to God, yeah.
So the place we go is this real cool place. It's a time capsule in Staten Island. It's by the mall. It's called Jade Island.
Okay.
It's like a tiki, like Pan Asian, like it's like this real like kitschy place where you can get like zombie drinks with umbrellas, and
It's the best.
you sit in these little booths that are huts and stuff.
Right.
It's like a Staten Island institution.
Right.
So it's Chinese food. So yeah, so that's where we go every year. Shout out
Jade Island.
Jade Island.
Yeah, I just started eating Chinese food for the first time in my life. I've been eating shrimp with lobster sauce. That's what I get: shrimp, lobster sauce, and rice.
What made you? Why did you never eat Chinese food prior?
I don't know. It just wasn't part of my cuisine at all, and I would be like,
cuisine.
yeah. Is it not? Is Chinese food not? What makes a cuisine? What?
What makes Chinese food cuisine?
Yeah, cuisine.
I mean, cuisine.
What am I saying wrong?
No, it's not Chinese cuisine. Like cuisine? You're saying cuisine?
Chinese cuisine.
Cuisine. Chinese.
What am I saying the word wrong?
Cuisine. Cuisine. You're saying
Cuisine.
cuisine.
Chinese cuisine.
Yeah, it's not cuisine. It's not cuisine.
It's Chinese
It's
cuisine.
not cuisine.
It's cuisine.
Yeah.
So it's
Coos.
Italian. It's not Italian
It's
cuisine.
UIS. You're saying it like you're a coos, like coos hound.
Cuisine.
You're saying cuisine, like COZ.
It's cuisine.
Cuisine. No, it's not cuisine. It's cuisine.
Chinese
Like
cuisine.
quiz, like quiz show.
Chinese. Yeah,
Say
Quiznos. Quiz.
Cuisine.
Cuisine.
That's what it is.
What was I saying?
Cuisine.
Chinese cuisine.
Yeah.
I'm saying. I was saying.
You
it wrong.
heard that, right?
It's Chinese
It's not me,
cuisine.
right?
Chinese cuisine.
I heard it.
Yeah. So you eat. Why did you never eat? I mean, cuisine's funnier.
Yeah, cuisine.
Why did you never eat cuisine?
I don't know. It's just not. It's just my family would always have pizza, or we'd get food from a diner.
But you never had like pork fried rice or
Never. I told you, first pork chop was on the last episode.
Beef broccoli.
Nothing. Beef and broccoli. I've never had.
Egg
I
rolls?
never will have. I've had wonton soup.
But I asked you if you had an egg roll. I went egg roll. You went yes. I have had a wonton soup.
Yeah.
An egg roll is, I think, one of the most underrated things in the world. An egg roll is not as good, but an egg roll, I think, is so goddamn good that if you... I always want to eat more than one egg roll. I've never eaten more than 2, but I want to eat 5.
Well, like Chinese, if you could pick Chinese food or pizza, are you always going to go pizza over Chinese food?
Well, pizza is like, I mean, really, pizza is hard to beat. Pizza is like the ultimate, right?
But are you a Chinese food guy, Pimp? Yeah. You know, it's a food I've never had in my life, and I will eat it on the show if you want to. Indian food. I've never in my life had Indian food.
Yeah, it's do you like spices? Do you like curries and things like that? Yeah. If you don't, it's hard to. That's pretty predominant in a lot of their cuisine.
Because at least in New York, anytime I go past an Indian food restaurant, nobody's ever in there. You know what I mean?
That's a Seinfeld episode, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, Babu Bhatt.
What?
Very, very good man. Very bad man. It's a whole thing. This really sweet Indian guy opens up a thing. No one goes there, so Jerry starts going there, and then Jerry gets a little bit of a sense of entitlement, and he has a falling out with Babu Bhatt, and it's this whole thing about the cuisine. But yeah, you got to watch Seinfeld. Never seen Seinfeld.
I've seen. Now that I've never
you
seen
don't know
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
I've never seen The Godfather, but I've never even seen a second of The Godfather. But Seinfeld, I've seen episodes here and there.
I'm a little hot because I'm wearing a flannel. I noticed you're wearing a Dead to Rights full-on winter coat.
Chrissy Carhart's.
Yeah, are you not dying inside right now?
I'm committed to the bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where I ate a couple extra sweets, so I'm trying to incinerate the calories with the Carhartt jacket while we do the podcast.
You just ate food, then you throw on this heavy jacket. I see you over there. You're like getting hot.
Yeah.
You're like.
Yeah.
You're fading.
I know. I'm fading.
Wow.
I'm fading. Yeah, but listen, I did it to myself.
What did you eat for Chinese food?
Shrimp and broccoli.
Oh, okay.
I mean a
Shrimp
shrimp and
with
lobster sauce. You ever get the shrimp and lobster sauce?
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
I pretty much had everything on a Chinese menu.
Right.
Wow. This is a whole new world for you. Are you excited?
I'm excited, but I still, even with sushi and Chinese food, I just don't use the chopsticks, and I don't know how to use the chopsticks, and I don't understand how people in the Asian community can just so freely and easily use the chopsticks. For me, a fork, a knife, and a spoon is just a better option.
Did you ever hear that Seinfeld bit?
Is there really Seinfeld bit about
Swear
that?
to God, great bit. No, but this is from a stand-up. He's like, I got to get a hand to the Chinese people. They're really hanging in there with the chopsticks. And this is a 30-year-old bit. He goes, they've seen the fork. He's like, put it together. He goes, you see farmers out there plowing the land, right? With a pitchfork, a fork, right? He goes, they're not plowing 100 acres with a couple of pool cues.
Yeah.
No, I actually I don't think I'm a chopstick professional, like Karate Kid when he catches the fly.
Right.
But I can't eat Chinese food or Japanese food without using a chopstick.
But what is it about it? Like what?
I won't dig into my Chinese food with a fork.
Same for you, Pimp?
Oh, no, I'm trash. I can't use the chopsticks.
Fork and knife. I
yeah.
eat sushi with my hands. I'll pick it up and eat it with my fingers.
I don't feel right eating sushi or Chinese food without the chopsticks. It feels like I'm cheating or something. I don't know what it is.
Do you think workers at Chinese food restaurants and sushi restaurants, when the customer asks for a fork and knife, they get very offended and they're like, F table 15?
No. As a matter of fact, I believe that they become accustomed to giving out plastic cutlery. because because I believe that what you're saying to me is a common issue that people have.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not alone in not knowing how to use chopsticks.
No, you're not alone.
How do you eat wonton soup with a chopstick?
No. Then I use a spoon.
But do Chinese use a spoon as well?
No, actually, you know what they probably do? They probably eat whatever they can with and then just sip it out of the bowl.
Just sip it out of the bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
You do sake?
Like a sake bomb? Yeah, it's like shots
Well,
of
that's
sake.
the bomb is like a shot equivalent. But do you drink sake?
Sake's-
Unfiltered, cold, hot.
It's alcohol, right?
Yeah, it's like rice wine almost, or like a.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sake I've definitely had. I've definitely done sake bombs.
Yeah, well, that's when you're turning it up.
Fermented rice.
Yeah.
It's in Japan, sake is a general term for any alcoholic beverage, and what Westerners know as sake actually refers to ninoshu, the traditionally brewed and fermented drink.
Do you want to do an episode we call it the Saki Bomb, where we have like a huge bottle of sake, and by the end of the episode we have to have finished it?
1,000%.
And just see what happens.
1,000%.
See where the journey takes us.
And then furthermore, even add to the bit, we then go ahead, if hopefully the world's open, go do comedy for a small audience and bomb for that audience. And it's a
that'd be
sake
fun.
bomb.
Right
Yeah.
from here,
Yeah.
we'll get wrecked from here on sake. We'll finish the episode, go right to our spots together. We'll go on the same show.
Yeah.
We'll have Pimp record it, and then
Yeah.
we'll put those sake bomb sets on the Patreon.
Patreon. I'm sick and tired of taking vitamins and having neon green pea.
Well, then you got to try Peak, babe. Peak is a supplement of vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams, okay? Studies have shown that you might absorb up to 50% of vitamin C in your pee and piss it right out.
This thing, bioavailable full spectrum. I don't know what that means, but I know it sounds good.
But it's maximized for absorption. That is the key.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's maximized for absorption. It's a ready to consume. You take this directly from the packet. I did it. That's not blood. That's peak tea coming at you.
I'm telling you right now, they use now these are big words, and I'm going to try my best.
Let's do it.
Liposomal encapsulation technology. Well, liposomes are made from the same stuff as our cells. Right? So that's exactly what you need. It revolutionary formula, supports your immune system. It supports cellular health.
Right.
Healthy collagen levels and healthy aging.
And whoever has this flavor, I've never seen a company that has this flavor, and when you see it in a company, when you see it on the shelves, you have to get it because it goes quick. Black European elderberry flavor.
Yep. You can use
that's number one.
You could take these on the go. Just throw them in your pocket, your purse, and everything. Take it once or twice a day. It tastes good, so you look forward to it.
Yep. And the soy-free liposomes, so we got no soy boys over here.
No.
And if you just go to peaktea.com,
Yeah.
that's PIQUETEA.com/HeyBabe, and use the code HeyBabe, at checkout, you get 5% off your first order plus free shipping when you purchase a bundle. I'm telling you, if you want your vitamins absorbed into your body and blood and you don't want it to hurt on your stomach and you don't want neon green pee-pee, you got to go to Peak Tea.
Sorry, PIQUETEA.com/HeyBabe, promo code HeyBabe.
At checkout, and you get 5% off your first order, and you get free shipping when you purchase a bundle. Let's play peekaboo. Sorry.
You know that I love cereal?
Yes.
It's one of my top 3 foods.
Right.
And I couldn't eat it. I had to abandon cereal because most cereal is terrible for you.
Right.
It's just sugar, no matter what you think. It just
Right.
nets out to sugar. So I stopped, but we got a sponsor on board. I tried it, and cereal is back for me.
It's got to be Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon.
Everybody talks about Magic Spoon.
Yes.
I mean, everybody literally, because it's got 13 grams of protein, 13 to 14 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs, and it's only 140 calories a serving.
You have a stroke. Just
Yeah, I'm
do you
sorry.
smell toast?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Listen to me. Here's the part, though.
I lost my mind because I got excited.
It's zero sugar, though.
Zero sugar.
It's zero sugar. So, and they have like chocolate, they have frosted, they have fruity.
Cocoa with peanut butter, which they say tastes exactly like a peanut butter cup.
It is like, you know how you like have healthy cereal and taste like, oh, this doesn't taste right.
Right.
Somehow they made this cereal taste like actual cereal again.
Yeah.
And then you could just eat it, and it's not bad for you. It's like it's ridiculous. I've been pounding boxes of this stuff. I probably cancel out the health benefits by eating a sleeve of 4 boxes of Magic Spoon every time I eat it.
Well, listen, if you go to magicspoon.com/HeyBabe, you get a variety pack and you get $5 off your order. But here's what you got to do. You got to go to magicspoon.com/HeyBabe, but also put in the promo code HeyBabe. Don't forget to put in the promo code HeyBabe after going to magicspoon.com. HeyBabe. Sorry. I'm just going to let Sal do it. I love Magic Spoon.
Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/HeyBabe and use the promo code HeyBabe to save $5 off.
Yeah, I'm getting to the Asian cuisines. I'm getting to the Indian cuisines. Well, the Indian cuisine I have to get into. Even though my Ancestry.com proves to me that I'm mostly German, I do not like German food.
Yeah, German food is heavy and it's really out there. You got to really want to like. I always feel like German food is heart attack food.
You're right.
It's like a lot of brat.
What do they got? Pretzels,
onions, brat,
hot dogs,
cabbage.
Bratwurst. Yeah, cabbage, I guess,
know.
a little
Bangers, mash, is that?
They eat rabbit, too. They call it Hassenpfeffer. And the only reason I know that is because in Mighty Ducks 2, the coach, what's the coach's name again? Is it Franz? What was the coach's name? The old man? It was like Hassenpfeffer.
I forget.
You never seen Mighty Ducks?
I have, but it's been since Mighty Ducks.
By the way, did you see the turnaround?
Emilio Estevez, right?
Emilio Estevez. Did you see the turnaround from Goldberg the goalie? From the actor who played Goldberg the goalie on Mighty Ducks?
No, now you mean?
Yes, he was fully like on drugs and really down on his ways. Like I think he might have even been using like heroin and crystal meth, and then got sober. And you've never look at this. This is what Goldberg the goalie looked like a year ago.
Oh my God!
This is what he looked like a year ago. He's in his mid-30s. He looks like,
oh my God!
Looks like a 75-year-old Native American man. Now,
oh my God!
Now look to him now. Go do Goldberg the goalie today or whatever. Yeah.
Did he turn it around?
He turned it all around. Look at him back on the left. He looks back like Goldberg
goalie.
again. But look at look at how crazy that was.
Good for him, man.
Great hair either way.
Great smile.
Even when he was in the midst of a drug use. I mean, look at how great that hair was.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear.
He came all the way back. That's why I brought it up, because it's a feel-good story. Kid came all the way back.
Yeah.
But then
Emilio Estevez, Emilio.
And Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Our brothers, and then their father's Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Right. Emilio Estevez.
So I think it's Charlie Estevez, actually. Sheen is the fake name.
So why didn't he want to go by Estevez?
I don't know.
Estevez is a great last
name.
name.
So Martin Sheen is Martin Estevez? Can we look up Martin Sheen?
Maybe they got different fathers?
Yeah, but then how would he be Charlie Estevez?
Martin Sheen, named Sheen Estevez. His name is, Martin Sheen's real name is Ramon Antonio Gerardo Estevez.
Whoa. I wouldn't get that
never
from
knew
looking
that.
at him.
Martin
He looks
Sheen,
like his name is Bill Smith.
Martin Sheen plays like a retired old Irish man in every movie and TV show, and his real name's Ramon Antonio Gerardo Estevez.
I mean, if that's my name, that's my name. I mean, that's a name right there. If that's it. Oh my God, his initials spell rage.
Rage. I've never seen Apocalypse Now. That's supposedly a great movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a. Did you ever see? You know what Rage just reminded me of? You ever see Dangerfield, Rodney Dangerfield? What's his big Back to School?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
No,
Where
I don't think so.
he's giving a speech. He's like rage. He has what's his name from a famous author. So it goes.
Edgar Allan Poe.
No. Kurt Vonnegut.
Okay.
Okay, so he has to do he goes back to school, obviously to college. He goes to Carnegie Mellon, and he has to do a project on, and he's rich, remember? I don't know if you remember the movie.
I vaguely remember the movie.
He's got to do a paper on Kurt Vonnegut, and so he hires Kurt Vonnegut to write the paper because he's rich, and then he reads the paper in school, and he gets into a fight with a teacher who I think he's romantically linked to, and she goes, and another thing after the fight, she goes, whoever wrote that paper doesn't know the first thing about Kurt Vonnegut.
Ronnie, you know what's fascinating?
Is he alive?
No, he passed away.
He did?
He died years
How do
ago.
I not remember that?
And Dangerfield's closed. His comedy club Dangerfield's closed in the midst of the pandemic, and they say it's haunted by Dangerfield's ghost.
Wow. You know how many good Dangerfield stories there probably are?
Dude, do you know what's amazing? What's insane about Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh, shit. He died 17 years
in 2004. Do you know
forgot.
that he did not get famous till he was in his late 40s? Same thing as Morgan Freeman. Wow. Didn't get famous until they were in their 40s or 50s.
Really?
Yeah, dude. No, Rodney Dangerfield in his 40s was like working a job as like a salesman.
I didn't know that about Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman didn't get famous till he was 50.
Look at Rodney Dangerfield's real first name.
It's Jack Roy.
Yeah. Jack Roy, but born Jacob Rodney Cohen. So Jacob Cohen turned to Jack Roy, turned to Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
If you had to not use your real name, did you ever think about what you would have as like a showbiz or an alias
like
or whatever?
If it wasn't Chris Distefano?
Yeah, like let's say you had to, but it's going to be not like to be private, but like that's your name in the public. Like that's your entertainment name. What would you?
Ace Hardware.
Where'd you pull that from?
I don't know. I just go by Ace Hardware.
All right.
Coming to stage now, Ace Hardware.
Joe Gatto almost named his son Ace.
Yeah.
Isn't that something else? That's a big choice.
That's a big choice. Jasmine wanted to name our daughter, whose name is Delilah, she wanted to name her Aislinn. And I was like, we're not naming her
Ace, first name, Lynn, middle name, Ace Lynn.
But one name, Aislinn.
Like Iceland.
Yeah, like Iceland.
Islip.
Yeah, Aislinn. I was like, Ashlyn? She was like, no, Aislinn.
I've never heard that name.
She made it up.
Mm.
Yeah, she just made it up. I was like, we're not naming her Aislinn. But it's a French male name meaning noble. Oh, we should have named her Aislinn.
Wow.
She would have, yeah. Ashlyn.
Oceline. Oh, pronounced Oceline.
Oceline, like gasoline.
Oceline.
Can I have some gasoline? Oceline.
Who's the strangest named person you've ever met?
Strange. I met a kid. I went to school with a kid in high school. I don't know if I talked about it in this podcast. His name was Roy G. Biv, which was Roy G. Biv is how you remember the colors of the rainbow. But his name was Roy, middle name G, last name Biv. And his parents did it as a goof. But his name, I graduated with a kid named Roy G. Biv.
His last name was really Biv, and his middle name was really.
He was an
his
Indian
parents
kid.
just went for it.
Yes, went for it. Roy G. Biv is probably
Wow.
And then there was two brothers who used to play high school basketball against. Their names were Scientific and Majestic Map.
Oh my God!
They're good players. Google Scientific Map.
No way.
One was Scientific, the other one was Majestic, or Majestic Map. Scientific Map, Majestic Map. Basketball.
Murray went to Georgetown, and his one of his next door neighbors in the dorms was Abukar Al. You know the guy from Georgetown that used to play with Abukar. What's his name? Abukar Al.
I don't remember.
Abubakar Al.
I don't remember.
I always loved that name because he used to say like Abubakar Al used to run it like Murray used to sell Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Like black market Coca-Cola like for money. Instead of the vending machine, he undercut them.
Oh my God.
And
That's hilarious.
Abubakar Al used to come to him to borrow a condom and buy a Coca-Cola.
Look at this. Majestic Map and Scientific Map, a March Madness basketball legacy.
Wow.
Yeah, real brothers.
Scientific Map.
Scientific.
Oh, what's his name? What is his name? Change his name to something like that.
Ron Artest?
Yeah.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah, Meta World Peace. Yeah. Is he still Meta World Peace?
He's fully changed his name to Meta World Peace, and his jerseys will say World Peace.
World Peace. Right.
Yeah, it's not Ron Artest.
Yeah, and the people call him Meta.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
had a little kid. When I was little, I lived in these apartment buildings. You know, I ran up to the roof.
Yeah.
There was a kid that lived in 1C. I was in 2D at the time. In 1C, his name was Rizwand. I guess he was, Indian kid. He was a couple of years younger than us. I want to say if I was 8, he was maybe 5.
Right.
And Rizwand was infamous in all the buildings, because Rizwand used to swing his door open into the actual hallway of the building, completely naked, shake the front, jump, shake his ass, and close the door again.
Great.
And he used to do it like throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the months. Like Rizwand used to always just come out and just shake his little thing and then shake his ass and then slam the door closed. Everybody would be like, Rizwand. We loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a thing. It was like, it was funny as hell.
Right.
I don't even know. I don't even think he was really trying to be funny. I just think he didn't know any better, and he would just dance.
What
nude.
do you mean you don't know? Yeah, but what do you mean you don't know any
Like
better?
he was 5, so I think it was like more like it was very infantile.
Right.
Like I think he would just like, it's Rizwan, but we were like, Rizwan.
Shake his ass again.
Yeah, like,
What's he doing now? Do we know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a 40-year-old man.
He was just arrested for storming the Capitol. He was caught because he was shaking his ass and balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude.
Chris,
Yeah.
can you please tell me if you know of any place that I can go if I want to get a little bit of discreet counseling?
Off the top of my head, the number one place that I'm thinking of is BetterHelp.com.
Well, what's that? I got to go to some office?
No.
What's that? I got to pay outrageous prices?
Nope.
Well, I got to wait 2 weeks to start it?
Nope. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. Get a discreet, licensed counselor to hear whatever it is you want to talk about for a great price. If you put in the promo code HeyBabe, you actually get 10% off the first month.
10% off American.
Go to 10%. As far as I know, I was told 10% American money wherever you could be in Islamabad, Pakistan.
Right.
You're still going to get off 10% American for the first month by going to BetterHelp, not health, BetterHelp, HELP.com. Promo code HeyBabe, HEYBABE, 10% off the first month. It's the right thing to do.
I can't believe I asked you that because you had all the information I needed.
Sal, a lot of times I'll see you doing things and I'll say, why didn't you just ask me?
Yeah.
And I'm happy that on the podcast, you decided to ask me.
Remember that time I was just putting a straw into an orange and you were like, you should just pour yourself a glass of juice?
Yes.
I should defer to you more often.
Where do you think, because like I was just like you, how many times did you see me putting the straw into the orange?
A lot.
How did I learn to start drinking orange juice? BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com is where I learned that you don't have to do that. It's just in the commercial do they stick the straw in the orange juice.
You know what? It makes sense because we could all use BetterHelp.com /HeyBabe for 10% off.
Who doesn't want 10% off the first month of anything?
I want 10% off everything. They're getting me spoiled.
Yeah.
BetterHelp is getting me spoiled.
Yeah.
I storm into a room now. The first thing I say is, I want 10% off.
I want
I don't care where I am.
Yeah. If they come back to this show and they want to advertise and say, we love your fans so much, they've been supporting BetterHelp.com /HeyBabe so much, we want to give you 20% off, I'm going to say, no, it's going to stay at 10.
That's right. 10% just feels right. We're not trying to take advantage.
It just feels right. BetterHelp.com /HeyBabe. So I'm sitting at home yesterday.
Ooh.
Yep.
Pray tell.
Yeah. All of a sudden I get a knock at the door.
No.
It's the postman. Post person.
Yeah.
I say, he say, I have a package for you.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Did you know who it was from?
No idea.
Okay.
I open up the package.
What happened?
I pull out a T-shirt.
Oh, T-shirt.
I look at the T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what the T-shirt says?
No.
Ask me about my butthole.
What about your butthole?
It's clean.
The T-shirt said that.
The T-shirt didn't say that. You asked me. I said, ask me about my butthole, and you said, what about your butthole?
Yeah.
And I said, it's clean.
But the T-shirt said, ask me about my butthole. Why?
Because if you would have asked me, a week ago about my butthole, I would have said it's dirty. But right now it's clean.
What happened in the time from last week to today?
When I opened up that package, not only was it a T-shirt that said, ask me about my butthole, there was also a device in there, and it said, hellotushy.com. And I said, hellotushy.com?
Yeah.
What's going on? I thought I never said goodbye to my tushy.
Yeah.
Hellotushy.com. It's a type of bidet. You put it on your existing toilet. It sprays water directly into your butthole. It saves me 80% on toilet paper. I'm telling you, I went to go wipe my butt yesterday after using this tushy. I said, "What the hell am I using 80%?"
You didn't even need the toilet paper.
For me, because I have the kind of fecal matter where I usually use in one sitting. I could use 80% of a roll of toilet paper. That's how much fecal matter comes out of my butt.
That is frustrating.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead,
do you need electricity for this?
No electricity.
So it's ready to go right out of the package.
Ready to go right out of the package. Literally, if I was in Islamabad, Pakistan right now,
Yeah.
I could have my tushy. Don't even worry about if there's electricity in the part of town you're in.
Don't worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. As long as you got running water, your butthole can remain clean.
Is this some sort of revolution?
It's a revolution. And
How many people are doing this?
Millions.
What?
They even have a new one, the 3.0 model.
And what if I already have a tushy from the past?
You upgrade to the 3.0 model. Oh, guess what you got to do?
What?
Go to hellotushy.com, promo code HeyBabe.
We're going to give something. We're going to give a promo here.
Yeah, actually go to hellotushy.com /HeyBabe. You get 10% off plus free shipping. hellotushy.com /HeyBabe, 10% off plus free shipping.
I tell you right now, I give you my word. I give the listeners my word. I'm not going to go another day without blasting water up my ass.
Yeah, I know. Weird names like that. I'm trying to think of anybody else because
I have a bad one.
What do you got?
This poor Asian girl I knew was named Into Porn. But,
What?
But spelled weird. She had the longest grade school run.
Why would their family do that? Into porn.
Into porn.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the name of that? It comes. I always forget it. Like I remember it, but I forget the name. It comes up at the beginning of every Family Guy episode. There was a writer or a producer on there. It's a woman, and her last name is like longer than most last names.
Okay.
And every time I see it, and I try to say it real fast, see if I can pronounce it, and it goes away.
And she's a writer?
It's unmistakable. The name though, it's like Sherry something or other, and the last name is like I think it's like 20 letters.
Go to maybe writer's pimp.
See that name right there, Sherry?
Sherry
Look at that name.
Chevapravatdumrong.
That's really tough to. I mean, how
You
could
click on her.
We don't have this like the. I don't know. To me, I mean,
Sherry,
most people would have to do a double take on that name.
Her name
right?
is
It's so many syllables.
Chevapravatdumrong. Sherry Chevapravatdumrong. I have to see what she looks like.
When you say it, Chevapravatdumrong. Now I can
She's
get
a
it.
small white woman with blonde hair. Let's see what can we pull up a Google image.
Now that I know it, I can say
Chevapravatdumrong.
Well, maybe it's cherry or cherry because it's spelled cherry.
There she is, Sherry Chevapravatdumrong. Boom.
It's probably cherry, or if it's sherry or cherry. You think it's Cherry?
I think it's
So
Cherry.
then the second name also starts with a CH, or maybe it's like alliteration. So it's Cherry Chevapravatdumrong.
Chevapravatdumrong. So she probably is from, I would guess, Chevapravatdumrong, maybe from Vietnam.
Could be. I don't know. But, I mean, now that you say it, I could say it. Oh, Cherry Chevapravatdumrong.
Cherry
But
Chevapravatdumrong.
when the
Also known as Cherry Cheva. They call it Cherry Cheva.
Okay, Sheva. So,
But she's from Columbus, Ohio.
Well, there you go. Ty. So when every time the Family Guy starts, I always see it, but it goes so fast. I'm just like, oh my God, what was that name?
I mean, executive producer of Family Guy and co-executive producer of Orville, you make a lot of money, honey.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 letters in the last name. Chev. 6 syllables. I mean, name another. Oh, look, there's the pronunciation. You can click on it. I haven't met her because I've been on the Orville set too. I guess
You've been on the Orville set?
Yeah.
Why are you on the Orville set?
Pals with a guy that helps run both of the shows.
How was it being on the Orville set?
Awesome.
Got him.
It's like you're walking around. It's almost like the Starship Enterprise. You're walking around like a spaceship.
Because Orville is like a funny Star Trek, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything. By the way, Seth MacFarlane, in my opinion, is one of the greatest comedy minds of ever in history.
I know.
mean, the amount of stuff this guy makes is insane.
What a cool middle name, Woodbury.
Woodbury McFarlane.
Wow, that's
when
so
did
cool.
Family Guy come out? That was his big
Cleveland
thing, right?
show. American Dad, by the way, is unbelievable. Like Jay turned me onto it,
Right.
and I started watching it, and now I love it as much as Family Guy. Cleveland's also great. He's just really fun. You know what's so weird? Him and the South Park guys always beefed over the years. Like they don't like him.
What?
I think they like, I don't want to get this wrong, but I think they think like he does easy comedy.
He doesn't,
and I will
though.
say this though, I think the South Park guys are like gods too.
South
I really
Park-
think they're
yeah.
really important. Their work is important because it's like they
Yeah.
are able to skewer any topic and bring a little levity to these hot button issues. And like, I don't know, I really think they're geniuses, but they do two different things. I respect them both.
Dude, the
You know?
South Park guys are legit geniuses. They, I think, actually are the best comedy minds of all time.
Of
Truly,
our
I do believe it. They're
generation.
mind blowing. But Seth MacFarlane does not do easy comedy. Seth MacFarlane is Ted, Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show. These are fantastic shows.
I would say like even out of every single show, any comedy, animated or not, Family Guy, American Dad, those shows, they have the highest chance that I'm actually going to laugh out loud while I'm watching it. Like
Yes.
it's a no-brainer. I don't love the earlies anymore. If you watch it, you see how it grew. But like I'll throw on any Family Guy at any given moment and just start
yeah, but you
watching
got to
it.
understand also when he made Family Guy, dude, he was only like 26 or 27 years old. So he grew.
He's got to be worth like $1 billion. Recruited to Hollywood, he was an animator and writer first for Hanna-Barbera. I remember that. For several television series, including Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Laboratory, I Am Weasel, and Larry and Steve.
Yeah, this guy's had a phenomenal career.
Yeah. I mean
you ever
God
see
bless
somebody
him.
who's
He's
so
3 years older than me.
I was going to say,
Guys,
well, you'll ever like look back and say like, okay, so he made the Family Guy when he was 26 years old. I'm 36 years old and am wearing a Carhartt jacket. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that means when he was my age already, he was already 10 years into one of the most iconic cartoons, animated shows in American history.
unbelievable.
You ever just do that and then look back and then you just feel worthless as a person, or you don't do that
No, I do
because
that.
you've accomplished so much in your life and career.
You always can do. You always feel like you can do more.
But you always think about like Jesus when they had that. When that guy was my age, he had 10 times as much.
Big time. Because I actually didn't find really good fortune or good luck until I was later in age too.
No, what were you, 35 when Jokers came out?
Yeah, but that's 35 is almost 40.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like 35 is.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, it could have not happened. It happened. I was lucky, but did I ever tell you that I went to Seth MacFarlane's house for a Christmas party?
Oh my God.
He has.
And this has been Hey Babe.
But where are we at?
We're at 50.
We are. All right. No, he throws.
Oh, we really should have ended it.
You want to do it?
No. We got to get this. That's not fair, right? Because we're not going to meet again for so long.
So he has a Christmas party every year. It's well known. It's like one of those ones was like it's like the it party.
Los Angeles or New York?
L.A.
Okay.
And he throws a bash like the ones you see in like movies. Like it's a black tie affair.
Right.
At his house.
Beautiful home.
Yeah, I mean I didn't see it all because it's like there's parts that were closed.
Right.
But when I tell you, so like the the guy I know that's friends with him, he's like, oh, come to the party this year, whatever. We're like, all right, let's go. We fly out to L.A.
You and the guys, you and the other jokers.
Yeah. And we get to his house, and it's just mayhem outside the house. He has snow. It's snowing in Los Angeles. He gets a snow machine. It's snowing at his house. There's snow on the floor. There's a lot. Before you even walk in, I think he changes it up every year, so this was the year I went. There was like snow globes, actual snow globes, but made out of like plastic on the front property in snow, and you got in them, and then there was a professional photographer, and he took pictures in the snow globe and everything.
Yeah.
And then you get to the house, you got to get checked in, and then he had I guess tennis courts on the house in a dome. And so he takes the tennis courts out and he makes that whole dome where the tennis courts are. He puts in carpeting and a stage and couches, and it gets catered. And it's this huge room. And there was a literal orchestra. Like when you go to a jazz, there was a 20-piece orchestra playing music. Everybody's in tuxedos. There's food. There's a caviar being passed around. It's
you were told you have to wear black tie.
I didn't. I decided to go I was trying to be hip, and I wore a shirt and tie, I think, but I didn't wear I didn't have a tux. I wasn't gonna buy rent a tux.
Were you the only one without a tux?
No. It was various stages of dress, but I would say the lion's share of people were in tuxedos and proper gowns, ball gowns. But it was still a rager. Right, it was crazy. I would sit down, Ted Danson's sitting right next to me. I'm like, oh my god, it's Ted Danson.
Yeah,
who I later found out, his family watches the show.
Amazing.
And knows the show. Can you believe that? That stuff blows my mind.
Ted Danson's family watches the show.
Ted Danson watches the show. Ted Danson he's married to Mary Steenburgen, and they have a son named Charlie McDowell's a friend of mine. He's visited set before, and he's like, oh yeah, they love the show, and it's we found all that. But I didn't know at the time, and I wasn't going to bother him. I had Ted Danson sitting to my left. I swear to God, Christina Aguilera sitting to my right. I was sitting on a couch alone. We went, but I was alone. So they got up to, and I just felt really weird, and I just didn't say anything to anybody. But and then at one point, I guess Frank Sinatra's sister, is it Nancy? I don't know. Not Nancy. I don't know. She gets up and she starts singing, and then Seth MacFarlane. Do you know this? He sings on the show. He's singing he sings the theme song, but he could have been a professional singer.
He's phenomenal.
He sings like Sinatra. He's a crooner. It's unbelievable.
He actually has 6 studio albums.
Oh, there you go. So he's a professional
He's
singer.
performed as a singer at Carnegie Hall and the Royal Albert Hall in London. 6 studio albums in the same vein of his musical idol Frank Sinatra, beginning with Music is Better Than Words in 2011. He's been nominated for 5 Grammys.
Okay, so I didn't even know that. So everyone's drinking, dancing, pushing each other into the bushes, all that stuff. We're having a great grand old time. And then he jumps up there. The big band starts. He's singing Christmas songs. He's singing Sinatra classics. Ted Danson's there. Christina. It was just a wild party. Then Marilyn Manson comes in, right? Oh
my God.
So we at the end of we decide to leave, right? But Murr stays. And then Murray goes and sits down. He tells me later he sits down and he was on a bench and it was one guy and Murray and Marilyn Manson. And he said Marilyn Manson was I guess he was having a good time and everything.
Right.
And I'll tell you some stuff off the air, but then he went
Patreon.
Patreon. Then he said Marilyn Manson. I think he said he went to one of the bathrooms. They got all the rolls of toilet paper, and then he went to the outside to the edge, and they were throwing toilet paper rolls off the mountain, off the cliff of the cliff that he lived on.
Amazing.
So Murray was throwing toilet paper. He was toilet papering the neighborhood with Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
So it was the most epic party you've ever been to in your whole life?
Yeah, I didn't go crazy or anything, but just to be there and to see, who was there and to just. It was weird. It was in his house. It was a really cool experience. You know what I mean? It's oh, this is cool. Because everyone also was invite only, and I think you had to be cool. So it wasn't like you were at an event.
Right.
Or behind, backstage at the Grammys, where it was still people had their security. People were just at the party.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for Christina Aguilera, she's just sitting there on the couch.
It's
no one with her or anything.
There's nobody's.
No, it was that. So that was kind of a cool experience to just see people in their element, hanging out without not worrying about people approaching them. It was just all love.
How long did you stay at the party?
My guess, 3 hours at least.
Okay.
3 hours.
You had a good time. You drank, you ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snow machine. It was really cool.
Yeah. And then what do you do after that? That's the thing. It's like, you do
went back to
that,
my
go to the party,
hotel.
just go back to your hotel.
Yeah, it is a weird
It's
thing.
a weird thing because now you're like, I'm just in an Uber back to the hotel.
When you get off stage, you ever play like the show of your life?
Yeah.
It's like, X amount of people, the place is rocking, you tore the house down, and then 8 minutes later, you're alone in the hotel room trying to order like a quesadilla before room service closes and watching Mario Lopez.
Well, that's the thing. Is like when you like shout out Mario Lopez.
Shout out Mario
Great
Lopez.
bod. When you are famous, doing things like that. You get a guy like a Drake or an Adele or even a Seth MacFarlane. Most of the day, most of the time, most of their day, most of their life is just average Joe Schmo stuff that we all do. It's just little moments of their life that make them unbelievable superstars. Like Drake is doing a sold-out arena with the flying Bugatti through the thing.
Right.
That's only 2 hours of his day.
Right.
The rest of it, he woke up, he brushed his teeth, he's sitting there on his phone thinking about things to do.
Yeah, he also had to exfoliate at some point.
Or he's just sitting in a car trying to take a nap because they're in traffic in the Midtown Tunnel.
That's correct.
So it's like sometimes I think when people are like, oh, what it must be like to be famous, it's like most of your day is exactly the same as it is wherever you are in your life right now. Just those people have a better hour or two a day.
Yeah, they have an inner circle that sees them at that. Unless you become so famous or so out of touch that your life really becomes this eccentric, weird thing. Because some people become that character.
Right.
They really do. Like, even us, like, we're here, like, all right, like, we're doing the podcast, but we're moving and shaking. We're trying to bang off each other and make something entertaining here.
Yes, yeah.
We pull, even myself, like, it's not like this is exactly me, but, like, I'm also not always just extra like this, right?
No. I don't even speak English. I just do it for the podcast. Most of the time, I speak I speak with an Irish bro.
Yeah, but like unless you get unless you just get into that person, you become like off the reservation. I think most people, and that's something that I was like surprised and pleasant to find out about people, because once I got in the public and I had access and got to meet other people like that were like either famous, different levels of fame, and get to know some of those people, it was like refreshing to be like, oh, thank God, we're just all people trying to figure this out.
They're just normal people.
Yeah,
like some of the most famous people I
you get
know.
a little nervous, like,
Yeah,
because like sometimes you get in someone's in line with someone that's like crazy famous,
Right.
And then you're even like, oh, I never know what to say to anybody.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah, you just kind of like the more normal you treat them, the more normal you get treated back.
100%. That's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because no matter who you are, you do the same 4 things, just a nicer way.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody, no matter how famous or not famous, everybody woke up today, brushed their teeth, thought about what was for breakfast, and then maybe some points of their day are a little different. Like maybe some people are going to an office job that they don't like, and some people are going to, sell out freaking MSG. But really, it's just like the majority of the day is the same.
And I don't get why people like are so fascinated with celebrity.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Maybe it's something they have in common, or something like it's almost like music. Like someone's art makes you feel a certain way, and then like so that they mean more to you. But people put
so much
celebrities
emphasis
on a pedestal.
Dude, I never
sickening
got
to
either
me.
too. Like when you're like on a set and you're doing something, and then like if you're like a lead in the show or a post or whatever big part of the show, and there's like a line to get food, they're like, oh, you cut the line for the.
Never.
I would never. And every time that has ever been offered to me, I say no immediately, because I'm like, not only does that, in my opinion, devalue the others, it's also I'm the most replaceable. All I'm doing is saying words that somebody else wrote. These guys, the key grips and the camera engineers, went to school for it. If they decided to get up and walk away, we genuinely have no show. If I walked away, they could replace me with a lesbian.
Yeah.
And it'd be the same thing.
No, but it is true. And I hate when there's this thing, for people that like don't know, like on sets or in this industry, they'll call the actors or the whatever talent.
Yeah, no.
So they're like, and it's so cringy.
I hate it.
I remember when I first saw that, I'm like, I don't, but that is like industry lingo and completely acceptable on every single set, TV. But I can't stand like, where's the talent? That's for the talent. That's for the talent. And I'm like, on our show, they have never said the word talent.
Because you told them don't do it.
No. They. I mean, literally, it's even everyone.
They go on set. They do it the other way. They're like coming on set now. The Impractical Jerk-offs.
Yeah. We might have gone too far the other way. Where people on our set are just like, asshole. I'm like, so sorry.
Yeah, like I am technically your boss, dude. I have actual video I have actual video and photographic proof of who killed Princess Diana. This has been Hey Babe.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe.